Hello and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to day 12 of Off the Board with Pineapple Papers, and also to Sketch Sunday, 30 days of sketches revisited from all 5 of Christie's, from Christie's Beautiful Life, all her 5 series of that awesome event. And Christy, through the entire month of July, Christy is joining Crystal, Amber, and I on Sundays. So this week, the sketch was chosen by Amber, and we are doing a fairly recent one, just this past series, Series 5, Day 17. And I remember this one. I really loved it. I love all these circles and outlines, which could be stamping, it could be stitching. I think I might actually give myself the challenge of redoing this with stitching. It's like right now it's just way too hot, and I'm spending half the days with all the blinds and everything closed, so my eyesight is not all that great for stitching, so stitching will have to wait. But this would definitely, don't you think, wouldn't this be awesome with stitched circles? I think it would. So let's see where I went with it this time. I stayed fairly true. So the sketch I forgot to mention is from Marouille for Scrap Idée. So I guess that's a French company. It's not French Canadian to my knowledge, so it would be a French company. I don't have any more information, but it's a gorgeous sketch. So I used, of course, my How to Kill a Kit with Style for July. Except for this background paper. I just went into my stash. You know, I'm trying to use up a lot of my stash through this spending freeze, and we only have a month and a half left, but so far so good. So I went into my stash to get this background paper in a pale blue. It's a very tiny grid type background, and then I got my dies out and I just cut a bunch of circles, and some I did just the outline where I put the circle and then the next size down within it and cut that way, so I would get a smaller circle and an outline. So I did punch, I die cut tons and tons, and then I did do a little bit of punching for the smaller circles, I think with my 2-inch punch. So I laid them all down, and then this one in particular, which I love and I really wanted to use, I felt faded a little bit into the background. So I just went into my mist drawer. Actually, it's not a drawer, it's a layer in my Rascog container. And I got 2 mists out, the Heidi Swap in teal. There you go, the lovely teal. And Pretty in Pink. Pretty in Pink, which is a lovely sort of hot pink. And I just did a little bit of packaging technique all the way down here so that it would give just a little bit of definition to the background paper. Most of it, in fact, most of it is covered up, but you can still see just the teensiest bit. Am I doing that right? Just the teensiest bit poking out, and down here at the bottom as well. So I felt it just gave a little bit of definition. Then I went down and just layered all my circles. I guess on the sketch it's rather straight. I went at a little bit of an angle the entire for the entire cluster of circles, and I just laid some circles down, used 2 scraps that I had on my desk that I just laid down here as well. Got a doily out, and this is a bit of a darker blue turquoise kind of color, but I actually love it. I think it gives a nice little contrast. So then I got my photo, and I just did, there were several mats here. They were much larger. I used the same sort of philosophy, I guess, but my mats are not quite as large, and I do have an extra mat here. I have just this lovely little rainbow paper on the back, this gorgeous vellum that I've used already on a couple of layouts that I love, and then this layer here that is just a simple mat around my photo, which was from one of the 6x6 papers that were in my kit. Got my photo, which is a 6x4. I trimmed off just 1/4 of an inch so that I could mat it properly here on the photo. And I got that laid down. So that was the basis of my layout. And quite frankly, once that was down, very, very, very little is needed to complete the layout. This is a view from my friend's house, actually, that I was staying at on the outskirts of Sion in Switzerland. I had mentioned previously that I went to visit some friends that were originally from here, but that had been sent to Switzerland for work, for a 2-year work contract, I believe, and just showing, as I had previously mentioned, all of the vines that a lot of people basically just have in their backyards to make a little bit of wine, hence the title APRES in the making, because you see the beautiful mountains here in the back and these vines, which are just sort of neighborhood vines. As soon as you open the door, instead of a backyard like we have, they had vines. So APRES in the making. This is the Happy Life letters that I added. No, actually, I got a whole sheet of these in the kit, I think from Daisy's leftovers. These are from my stash from Pink Fresh Studio, those lovely little puffy mini stickers. One of the sticker sheets this way, just pointing to the title. This lovely butterfly, chipboard butterfly was in the kit, along with this little leaf. And then I had this chipboard, and it was just there, and then I thought of Helen, and I just went up and did my little corner here so that it gave, to me, a little bit of balance and everything wasn't falling off the end of the page. So just one little chipboard. And then I had added a couple of Dear Lizzie sticker sheets that I want to try and get through to the kit. And on one of them, there was an entire row of these little 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch circles. So I pretty much used the entire row and just dotted them around initially to finish off this cluster, and then I felt it would be just nice to maybe add them a little bit on the page. So there you go. That is this week's Christie's from Christie's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches Revisited. It is also day 12 of Off the Board. Everybody playing along with Off the Board will be linked down below, as well as, of course, Crystal Christie and Amber over on Instagram for 30 Days of Sketches. And I will see you again tomorrow. Thanks for being here. Have a wonderful Sunday. Bye.